For this unit, my students would be learning about the Magic E phonics roll. My students are first graders. This would be taught during the ELA block in their schedule, specifically during their phonics portion. Big ideas and essential questions. The big ideas are that phonics skills are necessary to be able to read and write, and one letter can change the sound of an entire word. That in itself is important. Students need to understand that, different letters affect the sounds of various words. Essential questions. Why is it important to understand what the Magic E does to words we already know? And how does the Magic E change the sound of the word? So students shouldn't only know that, okay, the letter E changes the sound of a short vowel word. No, they should know why and how it changes the sound. So that's also bringing in the concept of short versus long vowel sounds and where they come from. Unit overview. So this is just a general short type of overview of what the students would be doing each day. Day one, the teacher will introduce the Magic E to the students by showing videos, providing examples on the whiteboard, and having discussions. Teacher will have students copy words on their whiteboard, add a letter E to the end in a different color, and tell their partner what the new word says. Teacher will go over after each group is done with each word. So essentially this is a partner activity, but will also be being reviewed as a group. So students would be given a word, let's say cap. They would have to spell cap on their whiteboard together, add an E in a different color, and then they would have to converse and tell each other what the new word says. The teacher will be rotating the room while this is going on, and then she will also call on students to either verbally say the correct answer or come up and write and say the correct answer. Day two, the teacher will reiterate what the Magic E does to a short vowel word. Students will create their Magic E wand. When I say that, the students would each get a popsicle stick with a cutout of a letter E, whether it was printed off from Google or Teachers Pay Teachers. They would glue their letter E onto the end of their popsicle stick and decorate it however they would like to kind of make their own creative Magic E wand. Then with a partner, students will walk around and find short vowel words around the room. They will be instructed to put their wand at the end of the word to create a new word. Students will write that word on their list paper, say the word with their partner, and use the word in a verbal sentence. So they're not just walking around silently with a partner. They are being kind of forced to converse, to read together, to say words together, to form sentences together, and so on. At the end of this activity, students will write 3 of those words on a sticky note on Jamboard. So they'll take their list paper back with them, go to the Jamboard online, and write 3 words that they found or that they created. Day 3, students will be instructed to make a list of 10 short vowel words that change when a Magic E is added to the end. Students will record themselves using Flipgrid saying each short vowel word as well as the new word after the E is added on. So for example, if they have cap, they will read cap, cape, tap, tape, mac, make. Students will check each other's work by listening to their recordings. So they'll be able to trade Chromebooks or trade iPads and listen to each other, and they can kind of teach each other too and be the teacher by listening and correcting anything that they might hear that is wrong. Day 4, students will complete various Magic E activities or worksheets throughout centers around the room. Teacher will work with small groups of students who may still be struggling with the concept. So this would kind of be more of an independent day where students apply the skills they've learned already to centers, and then the teacher can work with students that might still be struggling. Day 5, as a whole, the class will play a Kahoot review game practicing the Magic E skill they learned throughout the week. This can be with partners, independent, small group, just various questions, and kind of like a little fun quiz game for the students to check on what they know so far. Technologies. So the first technology they would use is Flipgrid. Flipgrid is beneficial because it maintains student motivation and interest by allowing them to record, see, and hear themselves. They will enjoy the technology factor and feeling like they are using a phone application. We know nowadays our students are so just always around phones, especially with their parents and their own iPads and things like that. So they'll really enjoy the feeling of knowing how to use a technology like this and being able to use it in school. The students will use Flipgrid to record themselves saying a regular short vowel word and then that same word with the magic E added to the end. They will be able to hear the difference in the sound the vowel makes. So again, this is something that the teacher can walk around and ask as they're working, okay, what's the difference between tap and what's the difference between snake? What do you hear in that vowel? Second technology they'll use is Jamboard. Jamboard is beneficial because with Readers and Writers Workshop, the students are used to and enjoy using sticky notes. Jamboard essentially allows them to post virtual sticky notes with their information on it. The students will use Jamboard to write 3 examples of short vowel words and then the new word they make with Magic E. This informal assessment will check to see if students understand they need to create real words and not made up words that do not make sense. Okay, so yes, sometimes the CVC word in the beginning will be made up, but if they're adding an E to it, it should be creating a real word, not something that doesn't make sense. Okay. And the last technology they would use is Kahoot. Kahoot is beneficial because the students feel as if they're partaking in a game or a game show. They enjoy the feeling of going against other people and trying to show what they know and what they have learned. The students will use Kahoot to answer questions about the Magic E topic from the week. Just in case if a child was home or remote learning began again, all of this is possible to do at home. For example, for any remote students, they can partake in all the technology aspects from the comfort of their home. Flipgrid, Kahoot, and Jamboard can all be accessed from a home device the same way the students would be accessing them in the classroom. I would post the center activities and worksheets using Kami online so that they can complete the assignments through their computer. They can either write in their answers using Kami, or I would even give them the opportunity to print them if they would like and send back pictures, so some students need to write with their pencils. But Kami is a great application that they can fill out answers online. I can also pair in-class students with a home student through Zoom in order to complete partner activities. So for example, using the wand, the in-person student can walk around with the iPad and their wand and show the remote student the words around the room. And the remote student can even have their own wand at home that they can hold up to the word once their partner shows it to them. So there's really ways to get around all of these activities at home as well. It's possible, it's fun, and it can be made to work no matter what.